Welcome to Science Research Weekly, Episode 2, What Double Teeth You Have. Get ready for new deep-sea bacterial phyla, extra ancient Sicilian fossils, R Journal Volume 14.3, JuliaHub 6.0, visualizing star maps in R, and an IceCube neutrino competition. This episode covers January 20th to the 26th, 2023. Now, before digging into my three topics, so research article, research tools, and research funding, I want to briefly mention topic coverage. I'll do my best to curate what I think are the most interesting and noteworthy topics of the week, but as I am mortal, there are limitations. First, I can't review everything. By necessity, I may truncate my search and only search the most newsworthy summaries. Believe me, if I could find a way to pull out gems from the many archive sites like arXiv, medRxiv, bioRxiv, chemRxiv, OSF.io, without spending hours upon hours browsing preprints, I would. Second, my background and interests are in fields like statistics, genomics, microbiology, epidemiology, astrophysics, paleontology, etc. So I naturally find those topics more interesting and noteworthy. So they're going to stick out to me more. So expect to see an over-distribution of those subjects. I try to be fair to all STEM resources, but I'm not perfect. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get started with some research articles. So, 4 diadem-like articles crowned from Science Daily. The first is Global Patterns of Diversity and Metabolism of Microbial Communities in Deep-Sea Hydrothermal Vent Deposits. So the authors found a staggering amount of biodiversity in these vents, including 2 potentially novel bacterial phyla, JAL-SQHO1 and JAL-WCF01. So there's lots of great figures in this paper. I've just had room for 3 shown up here: the bacteria, the archaeophylogeny, and a heat map. The next paper is ChemMap Profiles Drug Binding to Chromatin in Cells. So ChemMap is a method to precisely map where drugs bind in the genome, which is very useful for future drug development, knowing exactly where that drug binds to do its effect. Okay, our third article is Study Offers a First Glimpse about how many suffer from previously unknown illness. So Vexis is a rare autoimmune condition characterized that, quote, stands for many of its biological characteristics, vacuoles in blood cells, the E1 enzyme, X-linked autoinflammatory, and somatic. So it's now estimated that 1 in 4,269 men and 1 in 26,238 women over 50 in America are at some risk of developing Vexis. All right, our last Science Daily article is Molecular Mechanism of Topoisomerase Poisoning by the Peptide Antibiotic Albicidin. So the authors discovered how Albicidin binds to DNA, which was a kind of standing mystery for a while, and this helps disrupt bacterial function. An important step for using Albicidin as a new antibiotic candidate, especially against antimicrobial resistant bacteria. Okay, in the research article section, I have one more article from Eureka Alert. Triassic stem Sicilian supports disaurophoid origin of living amphibians. So the authors found a fossil Sicilian, so that's a limnous amphibian, that is 35 million years older than the oldest previously known Sicilian fossil. So, fun fact, Sicilians apparently have a distinctive double row of teeth. So, as soon as the researchers found the jaw fossil, they knew it was a Sicilian. Okay, we are done with research articles. Let's turn to research tools. So, volume 14.3 of the R Journal is now available online. Intriguing research articles include the analysis of the results of metadynamic simulations by MetaDynaminer and MetaDynaminer 3D, log likelihood ratios for common statistical tests using the likelihood R package. Will the real Hopkins statistics please stand up? And Bioconductor Notes Autumn 2022 under the News and Notes section looks to be a useful read in addendum. From CRAN, I have curated 5 new R packages that you might want to take a look at. There is neatR, neat data for presentation. There is polyglotr, translate text. Clarify, simulation-based inference for regression models. poolHelper, simulate pooled sequence genetic data. And vDiveR, visualization of viral protein sequences, diversity dynamics. Staying in the R zone, R Bloggers has 3 posts to stop by today. So, Dig Hernan sets his eyes on the heavens with a Stack Overflow recreation in R of visualizing star maps. So here's an excellent one shown here from Madrid. Then Ilya Kashnisky uses ggplot2 to visualize a spaghetti plot by facet and include all the data in the background for comparison. So these are cars sold by dealership per quarter across the different dealerships, with the regional average as the yellow line. And then finally, Youngstat S dives into the details of fitting a robust non-Gaussian model in stand and R INLA. Diverting into Julia, guess what? JuliaHub 6.0 has launched with new features such as faster app, launching file browsing, better dataset management, Git-based version control, and Pluto updates. Okay then, let's finish out with some research funding news. So, fancy a physics competition? Kaggle has recently launched a competition to predict the direction of neutrino particles from the IceCube South Pole Neutrino Observatory. Prizes are available for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place, so 18, 12, and 10K each, as well as some most interesting solutions write-up prizes. April 19th is the final submission deadline. Over at NSF, there are 2 new grants of interest. There is Molecular Foundations for Biotechnology and Expanding Capacity in Quantum Information Science and Engineering. Then the Department of Energy Office of Science also has one, Scientific Machine Learning for Complex Systems. Finally, there's one from the Air Force Office of Scientific Research, Fiscal Year 2023 Science, Technology, Engineering, Math, STEM program. Okay, neutrinos and double rows of teeth. Thanks for joining me for Science Research Weekly. Science on.